Witamy Państwa z rezydencji ambasadora Stanów Zjednoczonych w Polsce. Jacek Karnowski.
Stanisław Jegliński.
Mamy zaszczyt gościć w rezydencji pana ambasadora i rozmawiać z przedstawicielem USA w Polsce, Tomaszem Rose'em. Dzień dobry, dobry wieczór, panie ambasadorze.
Jak się masz?
Doskonale, dziękujemy. Thank you for accepting our request for this
My pleasure.
interview.
It's a great honor to have you.
Ambassador, thank you again for accepting our invitation for this interview. I had the privilege to know you for quite a few years. We've collaborated when I used to work for the public broadcaster. You're a great fan of our country.
Yes,
That's what transpired through our conversations over the years. I wanted to ask you about your background because you're an atypical ambassador. I don't think we've ever had an ambassador like you here.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but
We'll see about that. But on a serious note,
There are certain hopes.
there's many hopes, yes, sure. And you already, we'll get back to this, but you already had a very important speech about Poland's role during the Second World War. Could you walk us through your political, your journalistic life? How did you get to think about this position, to becoming the Polish ambassador?
well, I worked in the first President Trump administration for the vice president and became involved with Polish affairs through the course of my daily duties. But my interest in the country stretches back until my earliest days. And when we look at today, I find it very hard to believe that anybody who studies this country, looks at this country, what you've overcome, what you've surmounted, the achievements that you've accomplished, I don't know how it's possible for anybody not to be extraordinarily impressed with Poland, the Polish people, your hard work, your diligence, your productivity, your commitment to your nation's sovereignty, independence, faith, family, freedom. That's why I love Poland. That's why President Trump loves Poland. And I think that it doesn't hurt in America that tens upon tens of millions of Americans are originally, their ancestors, their families are from Poland.
Yes, 10 millions or even more.
I would bet it's more than that.
And
But thank you, sir, for your words, for the fact that you defended the good name of the Polish nation. It's very important and very precious because really it's a gross injustice that
Yes, it is.
Poland is treated that way in certain circles around the world. So thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. All I did was tell what I think is a pretty obvious and evident series of truths that contained indisputable facts. The criticism, to the extent that there was any criticism, couldn't point to a single fact that was incorrect.
Mr. Ambassador, how you see your role as an ambassador to Poland? Because we had different ambassadors, more technical, more eccentric. How you see your role? What will be the most important task you think ahead in the future? In what areas do you want to be more active?
Well, the first and primary objective of any ambassador under President Trump is to put the interests and security of the American people first. In Poland, putting America first means putting Poland first,
Yes.
means working to strengthen your defense capacity, which is already extraordinary. And more importantly, perhaps even than that, is to enhance our commercial relationship, to strengthen American business ties with Poland, to provide opportunities for Polish manufacturers and Polish producers to make their products in America, to better sell their products in America, that Poland's extraordinary economic growth is absolutely essential to maintaining your leadership position as the most important and influential country in Europe. I believe that. I see that many Poles find that hard to believe, find it difficult to hear you and your country described as the most important and influential country in Europe, but you are. And if there's one bit of advice I could offer, it's that the Poles of all stripes start acting like you're the most important and powerful country in Europe.
Yes, it's very important, yes, self-confidence.
But I think what is giving us, because all those things happen very quickly. I mean, 10 years ago, we were in a very different place. Our Polish economy was just starting to boom and have forecasts that we now see realized. But also Poles don't, since it happened so fast, we don't realize how important we are. And I think your ambassadorship has a great chance to enhance this feeling, because we've never heard an ambassador speak this way about Polish history and with the confidence, and maybe without a certain, maybe not cynicism, but let's say bureaucratic way of putting things. And you seem to believe, really believe in our cooperation, in the relation that we have between Poland and America.
As does President Trump. I'm only following his order, his directive, his principles, and his vision, which President Trump wants all of our allies and all of our partners to be even a fraction of what Poland is in terms of your commitment to defending yourselves by yourselves with our assistance and help. You're the model ally. Poland is a model ally for the United States. The president wants strong allies, wants capable allies, capable of defending themselves and their interests. A proud sovereign nation and people, that's what the president likes. And that's why the president has such a close attachment, I think, and a strong affinity for Poland. And that's the reason that I do, and I think millions of Americans do, because what we see in you, in many ways, is what we like to see in ourselves. A strong, proud, free, sovereign people and country committed to defending yourselves, committed to protecting yourselves, committed to growing your prosperity. The Polish miracle that many people refer to, I don't think it's a miracle. It's not a miracle. Nobody ordained in heaven that Poland become the fastest growing country in the world outside China for the past 35 years. It was done through the hard work of the Polish people, the innovation of the Polish people, the commitment, the productivity, an incredibly highly educated workforce. I mean, it's not an accident that Poland is leaps and bounds progressing far faster than any other country on the continent. Europe is encountering a period of economic stagnation, cultural insecurity. Those are things that don't impact and affect Poland. Europe is desperate for leadership. Poland is here to provide it, and I would strongly encourage you to provide it.
Thank you very much. It's very important words. But Mr. Ambassador, you come to Poland in a historic moment. We have a war outside our border, just outside of our border, and President Trump is the first politician in the world who seriously tries to order the peace, to organize the peace, and we have peace talks. But at the same time, there is the new national security strategy. How does it will affect Poland? Because some people say it means United States wants to withdraw from certain parts of the world, including Europe or Central Eastern Europe. Is it true? How does it affect the Polish situation, the new NSS?
The new national security strategy will strengthen Poland, will strengthen Europe. Much of the commentary that I've read is either ill-focused or confused or just flat out wrong. We live in a new era. The primary geostrategic challenge to the United States is in the Indo-Pacific. It's no longer in Europe. We have partners in NATO and the European Union with a combined economy on a purchasing power parity level almost equal to our own, $30 trillion, 10 to 15 times the size of Russia. Europe needs to start following Poland's example. Poland is making a commitment to its own defense that no other country in NATO, including the United States for that matter, has made and is making. NATO cannot survive if the United States is required to do everything everywhere. We don't have the resources. We don't have the manpower. We don't have the capability to continue being the world's policeman. The war ended 80 years ago. Poland has been free for half the period of time that your Western European allies, our Western European allies, have been free. Yet Poland has demonstrated that burden sharing is not an onerous a punishment, it's an obligation. And our national security strategy is essential to NATO's future. We can't be everywhere all the time. We can't provide security on a level that we have in the past, particularly with partners that are as rich and as capable as we are. It's not fair. The American people don't want it. We can't afford it. And we have, as an American expression would have it, we have bigger fish to fry. Europe is eminently capable of defending itself. Poland demonstrates that. Poland shows the way. All this national security strategy document is a reflection of reality. That's the world.
Cultural diagnosis is very precious, I think, and very accurate, yes. Especially.
And I don't think anyone.
Migration, for example.
Right. I don't think anyone in Poland questions that.
Yes.
We saw yesterday the Prime Minister bask in an EU permission to exempt Poland from some of the immigration rules and provisions. I think there's bipartisan support here that
there is, yes.
that Poland should be Polish.
That's the minimum that we expect as Polish citizens, that our governments actually want us to be a free, secure society. Absolutely. Especially when we see what's happening in Western societies, which for a lot of Poles, they're thinking they're going mad. Why are they yes. allowing this? But on the national security strategy, I wanted to ask you, does that mean that Poland is going to become a sort of a pivotal ally of the U.S. to keep some order in Europe, if I may put it this bluntly?
And do the current level of American military presence in Poland will be continued in the future as well?
Or even increased?
Well, you've heard the president, as have I, who has spoken repeatedly in public on many occasions that our commitment to Poland, as it is to all of our NATO partners, is ironclad and rock solid, that our forced posture review, presently underway by the Defense Department, the president has made it very clear that, if anything, America's commitment to Poland will increase, not decrease, because Poland is the ideal American ally for President Trump and for the American people. Precisely what we want in a partnership that in helping Poland helps America.
Mr. Ambassador, there are negotiations about the future of Ukraine, about in the peace process. Some experts, some part of the population in Poland, is afraid that maybe some of the representatives of Trump administration, Mr. President Trump's administration, that they are over-optimistic about Russia's attitude, about Russia's ability to keep promises, for example, and to really engage into the lasting peace process. How do you comment on this, please?
Well, I'm not going to comment because it's the subject of very high-level negotiations between the three parties, between Ukraine, between the United States, the president, his negotiating team, and the Russians. They're directly involved in the negotiations. I'm not.
But we have the experience, historical experience, and we know that Russia very often promises peace only to restore capabilities and strike again in the few years ahead, in the future.
That's why Poland needs to be prepared, and why Poland is prepared, and why the United States is working so closely with Poland to enhance our military sales to Poland, to preposition the resources that Poland needs to effectively meet any eventuality. But as far as the Russia-Ukraine negotiations go, that's not in my brief, and I'm not in a position to comment. I'm not involved in the negotiations, and I trust my president. I trust his negotiating team.
Do you personally, Mr. Ambassador, see Russia as a let's say, real threat for let's say, our part of Europe?
Well, I think that's pretty evident and pretty obvious, not simply through history, but through recent actions, hybrid warfare activity, gray zone activity, which is intensifying, which I think only reinforces the need to get something done, even an armistice, as a first step toward a ceasefire. This war
to keep Ukraine independence, actually.
Well, that in the national security strategy that you referenced earlier, it's made very clear that the end result of a Ukraine negotiation has to be a viable, independent, and sovereign Ukraine.
We are approaching the 250th anniversary of America, which Poland has given a few national heroes to. We've seen the bust of Puławski just in the hallway here. Does that mean that, is there any common celebrations that we could have together? And is maybe the idea of a Fort Trump on the horizon for this round anniversary of the 250th anniversary of the United States?
Well, I don't want to open our Christmas presents too early. But they're wrapped and they're packaged, and you're just going to have to wait.
Right.
We've got lots of exciting things planned, and we're gonna keep them as a surprise. But it's a remarkable anniversary for the United States, a remarkable demonstration and reminder of the extraordinary relationship between Poland and the United States that literally stretches back to our very founding days.
And even before.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The Polish strike of steel was a Polish strike in Jamestown in the 17th century. Poles went on strike because they weren't given full citizenship as other English.
As British, yeah, it's interesting. I was not aware of. We just celebrated our favorite holiday, America's favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, which commemorates what we all regard as the actual founding of America. Jamestown, as you know or may not know, was the first colony in America, but it failed.
Yes.
And within 10 years, 7,000 of the 8,000 inhabitants were dead, and the settlement failed. But the settlement at Plymouth, founded by the Pilgrims in 1620, is the defining date of America. We're a new country, a young country, very much unlike Poland, whose history stretches back more than 1,000 years. America's unique in that when we're talking about our origins, we can point to the exact place, the exact date, and the exact time. December 6, 1620, at Plymouth, Massachusetts. The colony of Plymouth succeeded, flourished, was subsequently followed by more, by the Puritans in Boston 10 years later. And that's where the story of America started.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Ambassador, you mentioned very good relations between both presidents, President Donald Trump and President Karol Nawrocki. Do you think there is something more than political understanding? There is a real sympathy between those two politicians, men?
Yeah, there's obviously a very good relationship, a very close relationship. I think they hit it off originally.
In campaign.
Over the summer.
You will win, we remember.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. They like each other, they're similar characters. But our relationship extends far beyond the personal rapport between the president, our respective presidents. Our relationship is countrywide. Poland is one of the only countries in the world, I think, where if we were asked to find something to complain about in our relationship, we'd have a hard time doing it. We've got a very good relationship with the government. We've got a very good relationship with the president. We interact with the government on a daily basis. I'm meeting with everybody who will meet with me, from the government, from the presidential chancellery. Poland is a model ally. We congratulate Poland on all the remarkable accomplishments and achievements. And as far as Polish politics goes, I ain't getting near it. You guys have enough You guys can fight about that stuff. We've got more than enough on our plate to fill to help make Poland stronger, more prosperous, and freer.
Mr. Ambassador, is there possibility that President Donald Trump will come to Poland, for example, in the spring of the next year?
I hope so.
We've heard rumors about it.
April?
We're pushing it. I obviously can't speak for the president's schedule. He's a pretty busy fellow.
Yes,
We'd
we've
love him
noticed.
to come back to Poland. He was here, as you know, in 2017. And in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, the greatest speech of his first term was here in Warsaw in 2017.
In front of the insurgent monument.
Correct. Very powerful, as fitting today as it was then, about what freedom means, about what the Polish people have sacrificed to achieve it, what they've done with it, how precious it is, how important it is to protect and defend in every generation and every hour.
Maybe this would be a great place to lay out a new strategy for Europe and his next best speech in Warsaw.
That's right. That's right. Well, Poland should take the lead in redirecting Europe to refine its purpose, its vision.
Some people say we have a great chance, but at the same time, there is, we call it cold civil war in Poland. The level of conflict is too high. What's your opinion on this?
I don't have I'm not getting into your politics. I will say this, and I have said this on numerous occasions.
But you will meet, I understand, with every part of the political scene?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love everybody. I will say this. There's civic discord and disagreement, but on the basic fundamental existential issues that face Poland, nobody disagrees. Everybody, the government is on the same page, the president's on the same page, what you need to keep your economy vibrant and booming, what you need to do vis-a-vis your EU and NATO partners, what you need to do defense-wise, energy-wise. There are no fundamental disagreements between the two political blocs here that I can see that are justification for the political discord the country faces, but I'm simply an outsider. It's not my business. It's not America's business. We have complete trust and faith in the Polish people, in Polish democracy. We have enough political discord back home. We're not going to get involved in yours. You're a free, strong, proud people. You'll handle your own problems.
Ambassador, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. This was great.
Thank you very much. It
Thank
was
you
the
so much.
first television interview
That's right.
Of you in
Because
Poland.
he nailed me a year ago.
Thank you very much.
I was trying.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dziękujemy również Państwu. To był wywiad z ambasadorem Stanów Zjednoczonych Tomaszem Rose'em w Polsce. Rozmawiali Jacek Karnowski.
Stanisław Jegliński.
Dziękujemy za uwagę. Do zobaczenia. Przed nami kolejne punkty programu.